Well, good evening, folks. I hope you've had a pleasant day wherever you are on the earth plane. It's been a busy day for me, and as you could see, I was just kind of rushing in here. So, namaste, everybody, and blessings to each and every one of you. Okay, and so let's begin. Infinite Spirit, we are gathering here this evening in community to take time out for ourselves, to go within, to search and to find more about ourselves than we already know. It's a time for self-love. It's a time for self-revelation. And for the opportunity that we have to do so, we are grateful. And we are grateful for all. Amen. Blessed be. So let's see what the cards have for us tonight. Which one will it be? Very colorful card, and it says, all is well in my world. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. That's always the case, even though we may not like it. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. And we are definitely safe. So everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, whatever situation it is, only good will come. I am safe. Even when we shed this suit of clothing that we call a physical body, we are still safe, because all we did was transition from this side of life to the spiritual side of life. Just as we transitioned from the spiritual side of life into the physical. So, yeah, each of us is safe regardless. Okay, now, why don't you get into a comfy position, and more people are joining, as I can see. And let me turn on the music. Last Wednesday was interesting because the remote didn't work. The batteries needed to be changed, and of course I didn't have any batteries here. There we go. Hold on. And better. Okay. Now let's begin by turning inward, focusing in on the breath of life, the breath that gives us life. And as we focus in, let us allow all the external doings of the day to fade. Don't judge yourself if, by chance, the events of the day or something else pops into your mind. Just observe it without judging it and release. Now is our time to be quiet. Our time for ourselves. And this is an example of self-love. The self-love which is so important, it is primary. And it is not at all selfish. It's necessary. So let us, as we are beginning to relax our bodies, let us open the crown to universal healing light energy and invite in that universal energy to begin filling us as if we were a precious vase. And indeed we are, each of us. Just as the preciousness is of an infant right after birth, so too are we still very precious. So breathing in wholesome air, oxygen, warming it as it passes into our mouth, through our trachea, into the lungs, filled with oxygen. And releasing metabolic wastes of carbon dioxide and some water vapor also. Let's visualize or imagine that connected to each oxygen molecule is love. Is compassion. And connected to each carbon dioxide molecule exiting our bodies is fear and shame, guilt, so as we continue to breathe in and are filled by the light, and we breathe in this love and compassion, and breathe out more fear and shame and guilt, we feel lighter all the time. And our shoulders descend just a bit more. We thank our shoulders, our head region, our neck, arms and hands that now seem a bit heavier than they did moments ago. And as the vase is filling, our legs are become more leaden, and they feel as if they're stuck to the ground, somehow cemented. We are so grounded. This feeling of relaxation moves through the body. Our upper chest and upper back. Into the heart and lungs as the vase fills more. And as the vase fills with this light, the light is bathing each and every cell with which it comes in contact. The feeling of relaxation moves down beyond the diaphragm. So mid-back, solar plexus, oh yes, they certainly are relaxed, and it goes more into the abdomen, beginning to the lower back, and then the pelvic region, the buttocks and the hips, the groin area and the upper legs, down through the knees, the ankles, the feet, all the way to the toes. Relaxed. Feeling content. Feeling one with each other. The vase is now completely filled. So much so that we have become a fountain of healing light, so that as more healing light descends into us, more is coming out and cascading around us, swaddling us, as it were. We are comforted. We are whole. And we are reminded of that we are whole. And we bask in this fountain of healing light energy. And with each successive breath, more love comes in. And more fear or guilt or shame is released. And it's good. We are so relaxed that we feel as if we were floating. And indeed we are. Floating on a cloud. And the cloud is so soft. We can lie back into it as if we were on a feather bed. And it holds all of our weight. Oh, what magic. And we are sharing this magic with each other, as each of us has our own cloud. How wondrous. So we lie back. Continue to lie back and just drift. And as we drift, we allow more healing to take place. And as we heal, we open our hearts to all, to all. To those we love, to those we have befriended, to those who have come into and exited our lives. those who we have met very briefly. To those with whom our paths crossed momentarily, perhaps passing by in a car. We open our hearts to those that we don't know, to those whom we've never met on this plane in this lifetime, and we may never meet, and yet opening our hearts will touch them regardless. And we also open our hearts to ourselves and to those that we have interpreted as having caused us harm. And now we allow the cloud to magically descend, gently floating downward, floating downward, until it finally merges with the sand, and we step off. We're on a beach. We sit down to watch the waves. And we choose to merely contemplate the beauty of our existence for the next few moments in gratitude. So now is the time to begin to return. And so move your fingers in preparation for the return. And then begin moving your toes and your feet. Wiggle those hips to ground yourself once again back into the body, completely back into the body. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And welcome back. Please don't get up and rush out and jump in a car. Take time to settle back in. Then ground yourself a bit more with water or a bite to eat. I'll be posting this so that if you enjoyed it, you can re-experience it at a later date. I'll be back next Wednesday, 6:30 Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And if any of you are in the vicinity of Jaffrey, New Hampshire, we're having a psychic fair on Saturday, 11 to 4. That's at Life Path Fellowship. And there's always a service on Sundays at 1 o'clock. So let me close. And thank you for being part of our group tonight. Namaste.